Stampers! Hello and welcome to Loven Stamp Studio. My name is Meg and I am here to share a project with you today. So I know we often do cards, but today's project is going to be a little bit different. We are going to feature the Happy Houseplants Kit. So I showed this to you, I don't actually remember when I showed it to you, a while ago, as like an aside and like, hey, heads up, you can get this for the next couple days as part of More to Celebrate. But the time is running out on that. So I wanted to just really, make this point that this is a really, really cool value. So we're going to make one of these fun frames. Here's kind of how they come in well, they don't come like this. You have to put them together yourself. It's a project kit. But we're going to take one of these frames and instead of making it like it is here, we are going to add our own piece of cardstock and turn it into something totally different with the Cake Celebration stamp set. So this is what we're gonna do today. And I'm gonna show you an ombre inking technique with Cake Celebrations. I shared this with you last week in episode 530, so it was last Tuesday of Maker Mornings with Meg. And it is the chance to use your blending brushes to add multiple colors to a stamped image so that you get a really cool set of shading. So we're gonna do kind of two different versions of it on our cakes. We're gonna shadow our cake stand to just give it a little more contour. And we're going to add some variation to the color and give our cake an ombre effect, which is really cool for something organic like cake, right? Cake and frosting, so. Yay! Okay. Oh, you guys are super spot on prompt this morning. So, hey, Joan and Priscilla and Tanya and Trish and Lori. And if you're watching the recording later, make sure you still say hi. I love to, drop in and see who all has been joining us and so forth. So, with that, we have some happy colors for today, and these come from the Wildflower Birthday Suite, which I'm going to show you just a quick glance at a scrapbooking kit before we're done today too. So. Okay, I think that was a lot to introduce. It's like, Tuesday morning, right? But it's Monday morning here on Maker Mornings with Meg. Speaking of, on Thursday this week, so February 27th, we will be late for our Maker Mornings with Meg. I think we're going to plan on 11 a.m. Central Time. So it will give you guys just a little shift in your day. But I will post about that on the Loven Stamps Facebook page so you know what time to expect it. And then, of course, later on the repost on YouTube. So. All right, with that, let us switch our camera down and get started here. So you've probably seen these Happy Houseplants frames before. They come 4 to a set. Sorry for the glare. They come with these really nice white frames. They are, I'm going to say some kind of like press woodish, plasticish material. I'm not sure what they are. Some kind of like press board, like this kind of thing, but framed and painted and so forth. They're actually really quite nice. They have all of the pieces included for you to make a set of 4 plant frames, and they have the pieces all like die cut and printed and ready for you. So it makes it super simple. So you're just going to pull out the piece here. You're going to put this frame around it. If you want to, while you're making these, it's not a bad idea to put the frame around the paper so that you can sort of figure out where those elements are going to go. It's really easy if you do it without the frame to end up with the plant pieces way up here at the top. So my recommendation tip for this is just set the frame on there while you're working with it so that you get the pieces where you want them. And then everything is included, the dimensionals, all of these little pieces, and you're gonna layer these with the pot and so forth, blah, blah, to make the 4th one, okay? So there are instructions included and they give you an outline. And here is our last frame. Okay, hard to get out of the box when you only have one hand. All right, they come with plastic on both sides of the layer here to keep it protected. And you get all 4 of these in your kit. It's usually $25, or you can get it for free as part of More to Celebrate. So you remember you're gonna add this as a celebration item during your checkout in your cart if you're getting this for free. And it has a different product number. So if you tried to put that product number in, you would not to get it. So in the video description, there is a link to all the supplies for today, and I put both versions of the kit in. Since you only have a couple more days, I put both the version in for the free one for Sale-A-Bration, and I also put in the paid one. Now to get these this plastic off the corners here, you're just gonna, I like to just kind of score it. It's gonna be hidden behind the corner of the frame anyway, so I just use my fingernail. You could use a pokey tool or whatnot to pull that off. But remember, it's only printed on one side, but the film is actually on both sides of the plexiglass here. So these are really nice. Now, you can make them as plants. You can make them as anything you want. You can make them all as a set, so you could do them as a set of 4, or you could just make one and have it. Now, when I saw this, I thought like, oh, I really like these plants, but maybe I might like to have some kind of celebration thing that I put in this frame for special occasions. So that is where I am starting here with the 6x6 piece of peach pie cardstock. So, hey Nikki, hey Sue, yay. So we're starting with a piece of 6x6 cardstock. Now, if you want to make your frames really efficient, you can actually get this as 12x12 cardstock, and that is how I have put it in the video description supply link. So thank you for your orders and your support. The colors then you're gonna get are the Pretty in Pink and the peach pie and the summer splash, all the pieces to make this, and then you're just gonna add some basic white. So, but I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, so what we wanna do is we want to make a cake to pop onto our frame. So I've got some basic white cardstock here, and we have, from our Cake Celebrations stamp set, we have our cake block. Now, this stamp set has, oh, I have the dies with my die cut here. This stamp set has dies to go along with the cake and the platter and all of these fun pieces, so you can make these fun die cut cakes, mix and match and layered. You can decorate them with like frosting stripes or with this little banner here. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stamp this large cake size, and so I'm gonna stamp this twice. So when I go ahead and do this, I'm going to ink up in peach pie, and I want to add some shading in Pretty in Pink with our cake, just to give it a little bit of extra texture, okay? So this is a similar technique, the ombre inking, the same technique as what I showed you last week with our crab card. So remember this little guy here and how we added this extra coloring here on our 2-step stamp set. This is a really easy technique if you know the hints and secrets, which you're going to know here from watching, so yay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stamp off. I don't want the peach pie to be super strong, so I'm gonna stamp here on my scrap paper to get some extra ink off. You could also use a blending brush to tap off some ink. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take my Pretty in Pink here, and I'm gonna check my blending brush to make sure it's not like super inky. Nope, this is good with a different color. And I'm gonna pick up some pink ink, and I'm going to tap along the sides of my stamp here. Now, let me pull this up so you can see. Do you see how there's some ombre variation there? So when I stamp this on my project, dum, 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 now I have this multi-layered cake. Plus it has a really, really fun texture. So I'm gonna clean that a little bit just by stamping off, and I'm gonna do the same thing again because you probably noticed that our cake here is larger, or the die is larger than the little stamp. So then I'm gonna stamp a second layer right here on our piece, okay? So now this, with our multi, is going to be our cake. Now let's grab also the image here. This is sort of like the cake texture image, so I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna stamp it in Pretty in Pink here on top of my cake. So now we have this really fun, nice textured layer. Oh, Joan says she likes this idea because she's not a fan of the pots and leaves. Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, just to get a set of the 4 frames, and you could ignore the houseplants entirely, this is a really great kit. So yeah, I hear you, Joan. Lots of good possibilities on this. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of my pink. We're gonna need our peach here in a minute, but let's go to our cake stand. Now, we're gonna do Coastal Cabana here. I'm gonna ink this up, and same as before, I want to add the extra ink to this, and I'm going to make it really dark. It's going to be blueberry bushel, so it has a lot of color variation. The more contrast you have between these two ink colors, the more you're going to see the effect on your paper, okay, once you stamp. But I am going to not remove extra ink here. I don't want to stamp off because I want our Coastal Cabana to be nice and strong. And so I'm going to grab some blueberry bushel ink here. It's a very strong color, so it's going to go over just fine. And I am going to go ahead and, sorry if that was a little blurb there, I'm going to add some ink just underneath our cake stand and ton it to the side. Kind of see how that works? So now when we stamp this, we get this really fun ombre effect on our cake stand. So we need that back, so we'll set that aside. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pop these on here. A little bit of washi tape goes a long way in having your die stay exactly where you want it on cutting. All right, so come with me for one moment and we will do our die cutting. And then I'm gonna show you where the inspiration for these colors comes from, because you might notice it's really similar to what's on the front of the mini catalog, and the suite that's in question there, or that's used there, is the Wildflower Birthday Suite. And I just got this and I wanted to show it to you. Okay, let's switch our camera back here. This is the Wildflower Birthday. They're called scrapbooking workshops. But what this is it is page kits. So it's 6 pages, 3 double page spreads. It shows you kind of right down here what materials you would need, the workshop kit, some glue, a trimmer, and some scissors. And then it tells you what pictures you're going to want, and the sizing for them is written right here on the front of this page. So we have here the directions for these. Now there are the sticker sheets and 12 by 12 papers are different from the workshop, scrapbooking workshop. So scrapbooking workshop is specific layouts with all the pieces that you need, and then all of these cutting instructions. There are things that are labeled. They make it really simple. They have all of these color photos in this really nice packet. So these are the colors that I took for our frame. Because I really like them. I like the way they come out in the artwork here. And so then all of the papers that you need are included for these pieces. It tells you what to die cut. And then check this out, just so you're not confused at all. The back of every one of these say exactly which project they're for, okay? Which I just think is so splendid. So there are the cardstock bases, there are all of the pieces that you need, and like, holy cow, look at this. There's little blocks for your photos. So you could pop this on if you're trying to remember what photo size to put on there. Or you can also use these like if you have a photo in front of you and you're trying to like figure out what portion of it to cut out, these make great little mats. So anyway, if you've never seen a scrapbooking workshop kit, is what Stampin' Up! Is calling them right now, I highly recommend checking these out. Okay. All right, let me get that back out of the way. So that's where our color inspiration came from. And so now we have our little die cut pieces. Yay, oh gosh, I'm glad you guys are loving this technique, guys. All right, so now we have our ombre pieces here for our cake stand. And we want to give this, this is a really big piece here, this 6 by 6 page that's gonna fit in our frame. And so we wanna give it some background. So what I've got here is a piece of cardstock. This is Pretty in Pink, and I have run it through, sort of in the spirit of the Wildflower Birthdays, the layered florals embossing folder. So here's the image of that one, so you can kind of see. And this is a 3D folder, so it's really nice and dimensional. It gives you a really cool effect. And this piece of paper, I think, is actually, it looks like it's 2 by 4. Maybe it's 2.5 by 4. Hold on. This is the handy part of having grid paper right here. 2.5 by 4, sorry, for this. So we're gonna slide this here underneath the side, and see how now our cake doesn't look like it's floating in a giant frame. It's like got a home right here with this background layer. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this and layer these 2 pieces so they stay where I want them. And to do that, I really like to use dimensionals. I'm just going to pinch them on the front and add a dimensional or two right here at the intersection between these two pieces, okay? And now I'm going to add one more here since this is our frame art and we want this to stand up. Let me get that too far down. And so now we have our cake here. All right, now we also have, from the set of die cuts here, we have this cute little banner. Now Cake Celebrations was an online exclusive, so if you're like, wait, I've never seen this stamp set before, they're easy to miss. So what you want to do is you can look on the online store and you can shop specifically the online exclusives so that you can see these. And if you're a demonstrator, we have access to new online exclusives right now that you guys will see, stampers will see coming in March. So make sure you take advantage of your demo pre-order if you haven't already. And if you're like, wait, I want new things first, that's really easy. All you have to do is sign up to be a demonstrator. Oh, I just realized I never got my camera set. Sorry, guys. Let me fix that. If you're not a demonstrator yet, there we go. Hi again. You can go ahead and you can sign up. There's a great special going on and more information is in the video description and on my website. So, all right, so we're gonna add this here, cut from our Summer Splash cardstock or Coastal Cabana. Either one works splendidly with this suite. And instead of trying to glue that on, I'm gonna make our lives really easy. And we're just going to dimensional the heck out of it so that it is easily attached, okay? So now we have that cute little cake celebration there. Now, as you know, I'm a big fan of having things sort of have a very strong focal point. And I feel like this is just a little bit drifty here. It's kind of hard to see, even though we have some color contrast. What I would like to see is a really strong background. So I pulled out my Nested Essentials dies. And we're going to use this banner, right? Because cakes, banners, all the fun things. So I have a piece here cut from Basic White. This is the largest banner from Nested Essentials. And it's got these really pretty stitch lines on the side. So this makes a really quick and easy bonus. So, hey Margie, oh, you're here, so not to worry. And Joan says she has this bundle already and loving it. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this on. And now look at how that cake, it like literally leaps off the page. So here's without, and here's with, and it's so strong. So this also gives us a place to put our little greeting. Now, I like this frame art as an idea to like pop out when there's special things going on in my household or whatever. So I'm going to stamp Happy Day on here so that I could put this out on any happy day. I could put it on a holiday, I could put it on a birthday, I could put it on the last day of school, whatever we're celebrating, okay? And so now we have our pieces. I'm gonna use my multi-purpose liquid glue I'm gonna peel off any glue residue at the outside, put that in my little scrap bin. I'm gonna go ahead and use my multi-purpose liquid glue to add my pretty in pink layer so that it gets good contact in there. And before I add our next layer, I'm going to talk about our background just a little bit. So I do love this, okay? So now we have kind of our third lines showing. We have our split here. Everything's kind of overlapping, so your eye is leading here to our like focal point of our cake. But I want to add just a little background stamping to connect. And we have this little starbursts here. And so I'm going to add just a couple around our Happy Day elements here. I'm going to vary the placement so that they're not like in a straight line or anything. And just a couple, okay? See how we have just a few? And they're not like spreading way out to the edges of my paper or anything. They're still right here around our focal point. So they're not distracting, they're kind of leading in, okay? All right, time to peel all these dimensionals here. This is what happens when you have so many dimensionals. You have to take forever peeling them. Oh, Trish says I should put it out every Thursday for Cake Day. I think you're right. Maybe if I have my act together, I'll like have it in the background in my studio for Cake Day. I like that one a lot. Thanks. All right, now I'm also going to put some dimensionals under kind of the one side here so that it pops up. But I want it to stay pretty flat, and there's a lot of dimension in my folder, so I'm just going to glue this side. Now it's going to be pressed behind glass, so I don't really have to worry too much about gluing it because it's not going anywhere. But we're going to get all that stuff set up in there. Okay, so we're not done yet though, because we need some embellishments, and I need to show you, where's my other thing? Oh, we're also not done because we're not done with our cake. So one of the really cool things about these cakes is that you can add all kinds of striping and frosting and all kinds of pretty choices, but you also have these die cut elements to use. And so here I have 2 of those strips, and we're gonna add them to our cake. So here's without, okay? Here's the without, and then here is the with. And I think you guys agree, right? It's just an extra fancy bonus, okay? We have another fancy bonus coming too, so hang on for that one. All right, let's go. Okay, oh Trish, that makes me happy. Okay, so yeah, we'll be celebrating Cake Day in here in the studio. And I'm gonna put these on the 3rd lines, I think, so we'll have a 3-layer cake. I don't know, now I'm getting hungry for cake. All right, but then we want to add our embellishments. So we're gonna pull out our party dots, and these are from the Wildflower Birthday Suite also, and we're going to go ahead and add some. So let's see. I think I want to focus here on our greeting, right? I want our eye to be focused to our message. And so I'm gonna add some of these. Let's see, here. And then I'll add a couple of small ones, one above. I don't want them on the same horizontal or vertical line as each other, so I want this to be triangular. So there we have our little 3 triangle dots, okay? Remember to open your packages from the side. It just makes it so much easier to get them in and out, and you don't have to mess with that sticky flap everywhere. All right, so there we have our pieces. So now all you have to do is peel the pieces off the back of your frame. Like I said, these frames are such a great value, even if you're not getting, well, for free is an amazing value, but even if you're not getting them for free, if you're just purchasing the Happy Houseplants kits to get the frames, they're outstanding. They're just really nice. You can hang them with the hook, or you can put them on the table as table art. But there is, okay, all of the glare. Let's see, can I get rid of some of that? That's not helpful. Okay, well, you'll just have to put up with it. But there is our really pretty fun cake art. You can see what the setup above my table looks like. Oh well, anyway, you guys get the idea. A really fun way to kind of make the most of these frames and just add something just extra. Now you could do this with literally any stamp set. You can do storybook moments. You could have the Easter one in there, the little bunnies from the sort of Beatrix Potter style stamp set and bundle. You can use the frames from the houseplant, or use the houseplants that are included in the frames. These look really cute up as like just art. Like I said, you can use them singly, you can use them multiply. I think I've posted some pictures of using these in different places around my house, so you can check those on the Loven Stamps Facebook page or on my Loven Stamps blog. But really, these guys are really easy to do, and it's kind of fun to work on a palette that is a little bit bigger than just a regular, 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch card. The 6x6 lends really well, but use the same design principles, right? Remember to add a focal point, to repeat your colors, to make sure that your embellishments draw your eye to the focal point, not away from it. Use all those design tips that I'm talking about all the time on Maker Mornings with Meg to make the most of these. So, hi Hinika. We're just kind of wrapping up. But remember, it is February 25th, so you have only 3 days left for Sale-A-Bration. If you haven't had a chance to get your order in, go ahead and do that. Remember, on Thursday, I'm going to be a little bit late, and I'm going to show you the 4th and final of our Ocean Friends projects that are included in the Loven Stamps PDF tutorials for the month of February. And if you don't know how to get those, I will clear that up right now. You will get the PDF printable tutorial for any size order in my online store during the month of February. If your order is $50 or more, you will get the 2 card kits to go included in your included in the mail. So you'll get the pieces to make, I can't remember which cards now. It's the box and this one maybe? Well, anyway, you'll get 2 cards to go, and so that's like all the pieces and so forth ready to make some fun projects with your cards. So you'll need your stamps and inks yourself. You can make them if you get the supplies that are on the list, and those are included on the Loven Stamps website under the card clubs. So you can always see what you might need. If you don't have those, you can make these cards with whatever you have on hand. Just use a different stamp set or whatnot that works for you. Other things you will get this month, I have a super bonus with an extra 10 tutorials on the Ocean Friends stamp set. So you're really gonna enjoy having that, and it gives you a whole bunch of ideas on using. So, and a really big perk. And I have a new fun tutorial bonus option coming in March. So stay tuned for more announcements about that. So I promise you're going to be really, really excited. And that will be coming up pretty soon. So let's see. Sue says happy weekend. I know. I wish it was pre-Friday also, but it is actually post-Monday kind of here. So I hope you guys are having a good start to your week, that you have some sunshine to boost you if you need it, wherever you're at. And remember that it's really important to have some time for self-care and to do something that feeds you, especially if you're feeling a little drained by other things. So anyway, thanks guys for joining me today, and I will see you on Thursday late. So 11 a.m. just this Thursday, the 27th, 11 a.m. Central Time, so that's noon Eastern Time, so lunch break, 10 Mountain Time, and 9 Pacific Time. So it'll be just a little different than usual. But all right, guys, have a wonderful day, and I will see you again on Thursday. Happy stamping!